Hey, I'm back with No Frills Hi-Fi. Today I've got a headphone amp. It's a tube headphone amp. It's from FX Audio. I got this from a distributor, HiFi College. I'll put all the links in the description. This is a really cool little amp. It's a Tube 05 is the model. Let's go ahead and get this open. It's about 120 bucks on Amazon. Got our instructions here. So I'll probably have to go over this before I do my actual review on it, but it looks pretty simple. So right away we've got the actual unit right here. Get that out. It's actually bigger than I thought based on the pictures. You know, they always show it front and back. Whoops, that's upside down. But they never really kind of show the side. So it is a little bit bigger than I would have thought. Made out of metal, which is really nice. Got a lot of little vents here to help it cool. Got the little rubber feet. Oh, it does have a little plastic screen cover there, which I don't think I got off all the way, but I can mess with that later. Nope, there it is. Got it. All right. So on the front here, pretty simple. We've got the little volume dial here, and power you push to turn it on and off. It's got a 3.5 and a 6.35 millimeter quarter-inch plug there for your headphones, or jack for your headphones. And on the back, it's got two RCAs in and two RCAs out, and then of course the power port there. And this is where you install the tube. We'll do that in just a minute. So you've got this little wall plug here. It does come with the US adapter because I'm in the US, but you can order it with different ones, and that just pops in, and it's kind of hard to see, but you put it in and kind of turn and it locks into place, and there's a little button there to unlock it. So, you know, I guess if you were traveling and you really wanted to take this thing with you, you could change that out. I'd say most people probably aren't taking their tube amp with them when they travel, but you never know. Then it does come with a remote here, and kind of a neat little remote. I mean, it's, you know, kind of nice to have volume control, and it looks like you can skip back and forth. Oh, you can. It's actually for multiple devices, so you've got amp, player, DAC, so I guess you can configure that with them. Uses two AAA batteries, which are not included. Kind of nice to have a little remote there. I use a lot of vinyl, so I'm always getting up anyway, but kind of nice that you don't always have to, especially if you're, you know, plugging this up to speakers with the line out there. You could do that. Obviously, if you're using headphones, you're probably going to be pretty close to it. Let's get this tube out. Whenever you're handling a tube, it's always best to wear gloves. These are powder-free nitrile gloves, but you can get the really fancy little white gloves if that's your thing. But it is important to wear gloves, or, you know, use like a lint-free cloth, like a microfiber towel if you don't have the gloves. But I would recommend not touching the tubes with your fingers. Just, you know, the oil from your fingers, dirt, grease, that kind of thing can stick to them, and it kind of burns in because it does get hot. So it looks terrible. It also, I've heard it can affect performance. I would think just from installing it, you're not going to mess it up that bad, but I wouldn't take the chance. If you're handling it all the time, of course, it's going to get build up on it, and it's not going to cool properly, and it could affect the life of the bulb or tube. Let's go ahead and get it out. So with the tubes, this is a, what is that, ECC82. It's kind of neat with the tubes because you can change them out with different models and kind of get, you know, different sounds if you want it to sound a particular way. So it's nice to have that, to be able to kind of customize things. when you're installing them, it does have these, all these little plugs right here or connectors. And there's a bigger space between these two than any of the others. So you just want to make sure when you look in there that you line that up properly. And it may take a little bit of force to get it to go in. So what you want to do is just make sure that all those little prongs are lined up real good before you start shoving it in there, because you don't want to bend one of those. You can, if you don't bend it too bad, you can kind of bend it back, but if you bend it too much, you're putting a lot of force on that glass, and the glass is fairly thin, so you might end up breaking it. This one is kind of fighting me a little bit. Looks like one of them's not lining up real well. I can't tell which one yet. Oh, there we go. So what I do is I just kind of get like one in and just kind of, bias the angle until you get them all lined up right. And then you just want to kind of push straight down in. And you don't want to really force it, like I said. You just kind of want to be gentle with it, because you can break that. And worse, you could even break the connector inside the device, and then you're pretty much buying a new device or pulling out the soldering iron if you're so inclined. But that's it. I mean, it's a pretty simple device. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You could use this on a desktop. You could even, connect your computer to it if you wanted to do that. I probably, when I test it, will test it out both ways. I've also got a little DAC by the same company, by FX Audio, so I'm probably going to do a video trying them out together with that. But yeah, it looks very well made. Everything fits together really well. For a $100 amp or $120, to have both different headphone jacks and to have the RCA is kind of cool, because it's listed as a headphone amp, but you could definitely use it as just an amp for really anything. I'm kind of excited to try this little guy out, but yeah, appreciate it, and we'll catch you later. Make sure you follow up with our next video, and we'll see you then. Thanks.